I've made more than 6.5% in this month of September alone. Ethereum, Bitcoin seems that they bottomed out and now they're starting to pick up some steam once again. Maybe this will be the October that we all been waiting for. So let's take a look at the news, take a look at everything we have to talk about in today's video. Let's jump right into it. Hello everyone, hopefully you guys had an amazing weekend. I personally did, so I only did one trading on Saturday and that was it. No tradings on Sunday, nothing. Awesome news on my end. I've reached 6.67% returns on the month of September. I made $1,660 just by selling options. That is fantastic, as passive as it gets. But let me actually show you the trades so you can pause the video, do the math, add all the numbers, because here I want to be as transparent as possible. So let's jump right into it. On the topics right here, you see I just opened a position right now, and this one I should be collecting another 137 bucks. And if I do that, I'll bring that P&L a little bit higher, maybe even 7% or 6.8, 6.9, which is very, very sweet for the month of September alone. So if we go to the trade history, and let me move the camera right here, you can zoom in, pause, everything that you need to do. These are all the trades that I did. This is the last one, which was September 27, and it goes all the way to, let me push the next page right here, and it goes all the way to right here, which is September 1st, which expired on September 2nd. All of these are 0DTE options, which means I only sold them from one day to the other with less than 24 hours to spare. So 0DTE stands to 0 days to expiration and is my personal strategy, my favorite strategy, and it has been performing very, very well because it can predict where the markets are not going to be in a better way than just weeklies or monthlies or whatever other strategy. So adding all of these P&Ls right here, all of these numbers up, we are getting all the way to this is the second page. We're getting around 1,660 bucks, which if we do the math, we had an initial capital of 24,930, so $24,930. That gives us a 6.67% ROI. So fantastic returns for us. And again, this one I just opened today, and hopefully this one will make me money. I have here 2 December strikes for Solana, for XRP, Solana at 220, XRP at $3. So hopefully I'm able to make some money out of these. And then I have my leap for next year, maybe in this next run, which I believe October will be very, very profitable for me. October, November for Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, all the major coins. I think we're gonna rally in this Q4, and then I should be closing this for some profit, which will give us a little bit more capital to play with options. So looking at the charts right now, looking at the prices on CoinMarketCap, we have a little bit to cover because right now Bitcoin just touched the $114,000 right here. Ethereum is almost at 4,200. We have XRP going back towards the $3. BNB still above $1,000, now at $1,020. So I think now we bottomed out. On the RSI, we were oversold. On all these major metrics, we gave everything that we had. On the bottom side, we have a very almost catastrophic week last week, and I think now we're gonna see push towards October and November. First Bitcoin, and then Ethereum and the rest of the altcoins in maybe end of October or November. I think that's when we're gonna cycle from Bitcoin all the way to those. On the liquidation, we can see that Ethereum actually just got a bunch of shorts liquidated right around here, and it now should be pushing the price above the 4,200, which I think is what will happen very, very soon. Pushing above the 4,200, maybe we're gonna see the 4,250, maybe we're gonna see other prices, but overall fantastic for longs and not as good for people who are shorting. When we talk about Bitcoin on the 1 hour chart, look at how beautiful Bitcoin looks. Now we are very overextended on the upward side, so very overbought. I think we're gonna have to push back. Maybe on the 4 hours, we don't have that much. Yes, we do. On the 4 hours, we're also super extended on Bitcoin because we went from a bottom of around 24 all the way to a top of around 74 here on the RSI. So very overextended. I think we'll have to coast for a little bit to let things, chill down. But at least we broke above the 200 moving average right here, and hopefully it stays above that because we need that. We need to see Bitcoin now rallying towards all-time highs and even further if we can. On Ethereum, this is the option that I sold, which is the 4050 right here, and Ethereum also on the top side of the Bollinger Band above the 70 here, 72.13 to be more specific, and Ethereum also showing huge amounts of strength. We had 2 sideways periods right here, so a huge consolidation right here, and it exploded. If you were looking at the Bollinger Bands, you could have been ready for a speculative trade, maybe longing right here, shorting right here. But now if you want to get in for you to be long or short, unless you're looking at days or weeks, this is not the time to get in right now. So what everyone is expecting right now, or at least the open interest that we have right now, is expecting Ethereum to be trading around 4150 by Friday, which is the first expiration for a lot of options. But then if we go to Bitcoin now, Bitcoin's price for the third is going to be 114,000. So around this price that we currently are trading it on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum. So are we going to have a huge rally and then pricing dropping back down? I don't know. Open interest may be changing today as well. So today, maybe we're going to be refreshing this page and seeing different numbers that you just saw on screen. But this is also good for you to remember. If you put this together with the liquidation history, for example, for Bitcoin, you can see that now that we broke above this, we could be looking back down. As you see, usually when we rally towards a side, we tend to stay sideways for a little bit. So in this sideways, we may be ending at the bottom. So the bottom will be around the 113,000, maybe even 114,000, which was the price that we saw just there on the max paying metrics. So again, I personally have a feeling that now we're going to be ripping up for the month of October, especially on Bitcoin. But again, I might be wrong, or I might be too late, because as you remember, my first speculation months ago is that September, end of September was going to be the top, and end of September ended up being actually the bottom. So now what I'm expecting is Q4 to be rallying, to be pumping a lot for Bitcoin. And now I'm basing that on this graph right here, which I showed you in the last video, meaning that whenever we have September for Bitcoin, historically, whenever we have Bitcoin closing in the green on the month of September, every time we have two digits October. So this one in the green, 10%. This one in the green, 28%. This one in the green, 14%. This one in the green, 33%. So every time that we have green right here, we have green Octobers. And even when we have red, only twice we had a red September and a red October back to back. So I am very, very hopeful that October is going to be good for Bitcoin. November should also be okay for Bitcoin. And then December is usually when we start to slow down and money starts flowing towards altcoins. So this is my strategy. This is my ideology, how I see the market reacting right now. Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully you are able to profit from this, get a huge movement upwards. And if you're holding Bitcoin, if you're holding Ethereum, Solana, XRP, these should be performing well in the next quarter. So if you have any leaps, if you have any long leverage, this should be performing very, very good if you're looking at a point of view of a swing trade and not a day trade. So hopefully green for all of our pockets. Let me know, do you have any other strategies that you're trying to play right now? There's a lot of airdrop talks right now. We have huge airdrops coming. We have Hyperliquid Season 2. We have a bunch of perp dexes that are doing airdrops. The perp dex season is on. We have huge amounts of people fighting for points on Lighter, on Aster, on protocols built on top of Hyperliquid, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of gamified mechanics right now happening for points, which then will become airdrops. So hopefully you're in that loop as well. If you want me to cover a little bit more in this video, let me know and we can talk about airdrops a little bit more. But thank you very much. Hopefully you guys were able to enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. It always helps the channel a lot. Thank you very much. I'll catch you guys on Friday for another one. Take care. Peace.